Okay, this is my question. What do you call the thing that we're standing on? What do you call that? That's my question.
The thing that I'm standing on is called a floor, which is in my house, okay, which is built on land on a flat earth. Period.
So you call it the flat earth. Okay. But it can't be called a planet. It can be called Earth, but not a planet.
Yeah, so why every other celestial
equivalence fallacy, that is right there.
Jin, then how come every other celestial body we view through any means that we have
I don't give a shit about the celestial bodies that nobody knows about.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we know about them. I'm not saying we know about them. Jin, hold on. I'm almost done, Jin. I'm almost done. Jin, I'm almost done, Jin. I'm not saying,
but we do not know.
Yeah,
Jin, I'm not saying.
Go ahead, Rob.
I'm not saying we have to know about them. We don't have to know jack shit about them at all, but we can see them and we can see the shape of them. So why would every other thing that we see in space be the same shape except us?
This Earth hasn't been proven to be a planet. There is no measurable curvature. It's meant to be oblate.
He didn't. That isn't his question. Respond to his question. You are not allowed to preach.
Get out of here with this nonsense. So it's a false equivalence fallacy is what you're committing. Okay?
Oh, God. Don't try and say fallacies, Jin. You look like an idiot.
Ladies and gentlemen,
there's no fallacies. If we all see the same thing, it's not a fallacy, Jin.
And that postulation, and that is that they are giving you fallacies to believe in. Okay?
No, Jin. Jin, I can prove it. I can prove it's not a fallacy, Jin.
Because an oblate spheroid. It is not spherical. It is a flat, non-rotating plane, is what it is.
Okay. Let me counter.
Let
me counter that, Jin.
At this point.
Let me counter that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to counter that by saying you can take a 2-year-old or a 5-year-old and a 105-year-old. You can have them look through a telescope. And it doesn't matter if they know it or they don't know what they're looking at. They're going to see the same shape. If every other celestial body that we see in space is the same shape, what in the world would make the Earth flat? Nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's been postulated to you is a mistake. For when you look through a telescope, you're looking through things appear to be spherical. You don't know that until you actually go there to confirm. So everything you see through that telescope is basically an assumption, is what you're concluding.
Yes, of course, because we can't know the shape of anything that we haven't visited and touched. That's, of course, a reasonable idea, isn't it? I don't know the shape. When I see a road sign, I know it could be a hexagon, for all I know. I have no idea what shape it is. The only way I can tell is by walking up to it and touching it. What an idiotic assertion. You moron. How could you think that such a stupid idea was something that you could say in front of a room full of adults? How thick can you be?
Can't hear you. What did you say? Didn't hear you.
You're an asshole. You're an asshole, Jin. No, you don't even want. Fuck you. You don't even want to have a conversation. You want to come in here and preach. You don't want to have a topic. You don't want to talk about flat Earth and globe.
A liar and a gutter snipe to boot.
A liar. I've never lied about anything about I talk to you.
I'm telling you the truth with integrity. And that is, when you look through your telescope, you do not know what you're looking at. They've given it a name. Okay, it could be Pluto, but you don't know what Pluto is. It could be Saturn. You don't know what Saturn is.
I agree. Okay? I'm not arguing that, though, Jin. Listen to me. God damn it. One more time. Just please, for watching your fucking miserable life, listen. I'm not saying that. You're right. It could be anything. That's not the question. The question is the shape that we see through the lens we are looking through.
You're assuming the shape, you fucking dumbass.
No, hold on. American. No, listen.
You
scumbag
are
American.
Assuming
you dirty, greasy
your
fucking.
Basis
oh my God, dude!
Is from an assumption. You are assuming, presuming.
Dude, you ashy motherfucker! Go get some lotion on your ashy ass, dude.
You are assuming, you fucking dumbass, retarded gorilla.
You are ashy as a chimney, bro.
Okay. Thank you. Shut up.
Jem doesn't want us to do this. He doesn't want to fight.
Toxic,
So we won't do
GMO,
this.
fluoride
Sorry, I was
water
getting a
drinking, and 9/11 buildings blowing up.
He's just getting he's just trying to fight, and I got
Shut
sucked
the
in a little
fuck.
bit, but I'm
Shut
not
the
gonna fall
fuck
for it, Jim. You shut the fuck up, you scumbag Japanese
fuck
bastard.
up, you
How's that radiation doing you? How's that
Overweight,
radiation doing? How you like them atom bombs?
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
you
get
want
Jordan.
you want
Yes,
more
yes,
atom bombs?
shit
You
that
want two more atom
you
bombs? Keep it up,
scumbag
Jap.
Americans.
Keep it up,
You
Japanese
are
guy.
assuming. Ladies and gentlemen, do excuse
Yep.
the profanity I poured out.
Yeah.
there.
Why don't
But
you
this
go
is
get
what
some
you've got to
plastic
do with
surgery done to make your
idiotic
eyes
people.
adjust?
The
You
point I'm
fucking
trying to
piece of shit.
seriously get to is that when you look through your telescope, you don't know what you're actually seeing.
Pearl Harbor,
It
pretty
may
sneaky.
look spherical, but that's an assumption. You would need to go there to confirm it. Okay?
No, an assumption.
Okay?
No, an
You're
assumption would be
guessing.
no,
You're
Jen.
hoping.
An assumption
You're
would be me
wishing.
guessing the
You're
shape
not
before I look through
confirming.
the scope.
You are not validating
No,
anything
an assumption
with
would be
your
me guessing the
telescope.
shape
You are
before I
not.
look through the telescope.
You are not.
I'm not. No, wrong. An assumption would be me guessing the shape before I look through the telescope.
You are
Me
guessing.
looking in the
You can
telescope
see something.
and seeing the shape
Now you're
is no
guessing.
longer an
You
assumption.
see it,
It's a
you guess.
confirmation.
You're guessing. You're assuming.
You're confusing
You're
confirmation
assuming
with
spherical.
assumption.
You haven't
I'm not
seen the whole
assuming
object
anything.
complete
I'm not assuming it.
360
It's
degrees all the
observable.
way
It's
around.
measurable.
You haven't seen that. You haven't
It's
seen the
observable and
object
measurable.
in its
We can measure the
entirety.
size of the other
You
planets, Jen.
haven't seen
We
the
can measure
object
the
in
size of
its
them.
entirety. In its entirety, the object you have not seen. In its entirety, you have not seen that object. Do you get it?
yeah.
You have not seen the
Yeah,
object.
what you need
in
to
its
do, Jin,
complete-
is say the sentence and then say the sentence again, but sort of backwards. The object you have not seen. You have not seen the object. The seen has not been objected. The objected has not been seen. Fucking, you are making talking noises. You're just saying anything to make a noise, aren't you? Have a conversation, you moron. Well, I know you can't because you're scared to. You're absolutely terrified that a conversation might break out, and you have to do everything you can to prevent one from happening. Because if it did, everyone would see what a fucking idiot you are and how little you know about the subject that you're talking about. But if you just blab on like a cunt, people think you sound like you know stuff when you sound like an idiot. A person who isn't capable of engaging in an adult conversation. It wouldn't matter if the earth was flat and you were the only person who knew the secret, because you're incapable of conveying it to other adult human beings in a reasonable way. The only way you can do it is by acting like a complete cunt.
Its composite, its depth, its size, you know nothing of that. Okay? That's all assumed.
Yeah.
It's all
just let me remind you, you are a complete cunt. You're a cunt, Jin. A fucking idiot. A moron who isn't capable of adult conversation. Do you understand that? You aren't capable. You aren't capable.
I will state again.
You aren't capable of communicating with other adults in a reasonable way. How has that happened, Jin? What happened to you to make this occur?
To make what occur? Make what occur? What are you talking about?
Make you, a 62-year-old adult, incapable of having a reasonable conversation with other adults.
Ladies and gentlemen, the group I'm with...
Starting the sentence with "ladies and gentlemen" is further evidence of your incapability of having a conversation with other adults. Because that's not a conversation with other adults. When I talk to other people, I just say, "Hi, how are you? Did you know about this? What do you think of the weather today?" I don't go, "Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about the weather today?" Do you? That's not normal speech, is it, Jin?
I don't talk about the weather every single day of the week, but I do talk about the weather.
The point is the ladies and gentlemen, you fuckwit, not the weather.
Yeah, not the weather, dude. Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You fucking moron. No one can be this stupid.
Okay?
Is there some brain damage?
We were talking about gravity.
Did you ever fall off your motorbike? Did you ever fall off your motorbike and bang your head? Has that happened, Jin?
Okay, and what you see happening when something drops to the floor is as simple as it's heavier than the air. That's it.
It's mild brain damage,
right? That's that.
Or were you maybe difficulties in childbirth with you, perhaps, Jin? Were you starved of oxygen
I
for a
don't
few
know where
minutes?
you would be getting that from.
Well, from the way that you're incapable of having an adult conversation. I'm thinking it may be the result of brain damage.
Not at all, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm able
Okay,
to
so what
articulate.
is the reason then that you're
There we
incapable
go.
of...
There we go. Interrupting again. When I
Okay,
don't get any interruption, when I
so
don't get any interruptions,
okay,
I'm able to articulate what I'm trying to express.
right, but I don't want you to articulate what you're trying to express. I want you to have a conversation, answer my questions as I demand. This is an interrogation, not a debate. So, if it wasn't brain damaged in childbirth and you didn't fall off your motorbike, what is the cause of you not being able to have an adult conversation? How did that happen, Jim?
Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, when I don't get any interruptions, I can articulate what I want to say quite.
That's not true. The only way for anybody else to speak is to interrupt you. There's no choice. Because if they don't, you don't stop talking. There's absolutely no other option. The only time you will ever hear anyone else talking when you're here is if they're interrupting you. Because if they don't, the only thing you'll hear is you talking. And it won't be anything worth hearing. It'll just be blabber that you're saying for the sake of saying it, just to prevent anyone else from speaking. So everything anybody ever says to you in here, Jin, is going to be an interruption. There is no other option. And that is you that has caused that.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, can you see my point? All I'm trying to say...
Ladies and gentlemen, can you see my point? Jin isn't answering my questions. He isn't even responding to me. He's responding to the imaginary ladies and gentlemen who he thinks are listening to his bullshit and writing down the names of the YouTubers and writing down the names of the pieces of furniture that are too heavy to float. Every single example of them. Fuck it, you're just ridiculous. You are a clown, Jin. You must realise how ridiculous you look. Do you ever think that? Do you ever think, actually, I probably didn't do too well that time. I really did look like a dickhead when he asked me a simple question and my response was, right, let me start again. Cunt.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I am
not capable of speaking without saying ladies and gentlemen at the start of every sentence. It's because I'm a moron.
Who is acting childish?
You
are.
You're talking to me. Talk to me. Don't talk to the ladies and gentlemen. You aren't doing a show. Talk to me. That's what normal adults do. See if you can do it. Respond to me. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen of the
You're a cunt. You're a wanker. An idiot. A childish fool with the intelligence. No, I'm not even going to say you've got the intelligence of a 5-year-old, because saying you and intelligence in the same sentence is completely wrong. That cannot be the case, can it?
Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube live,
I'm a moron. I can only ever say all of my sentences have to start with ladies and gentlemen. I can never say a sentence without saying ladies and gentlemen first. It's because I'm a moron and I think I'm doing a show when I'm not.
I am trying to reach you with the facts.
Okay.
The facts that these...
We don't need you to try and reach people. I just want a conversation. All you need to do is speak and I will hear you. It's simple.
You and the ladies and gentlemen in the YouTube live stream, the jury, that everything I say, they listen to and hang on to every word I say, every single word I say, because there's no stopping me now, because
they hang on every word.
Right, and the fact is, they then go off and discuss and then spread the news. That's
delusional. Absolutely delusional.
And I am always able to articulate what I want to say and challenge the status quo, the scientists, and all those thousands of years of supposed scientific knowledge. I, Jin CBR1, will always challenge that and destroy it. That's what you're witnessing. That's why they have to keep on interrupting, because they're witnessing the demise of thousands of years of lies. That's what you're witnessing whenever I come in. Okay? That's why they can't stop and do nothing but interrupt. Because I am Jin CBR1, the destroyer of the heliocentric model. the Dark Destroyer, that dark energy, Jinn CBR1.
You're a fucking idiot. I don't know about how else.
Bring it on. Bring it on. That's right. That's the only dark matter there is around here, ladies and gentlemen. Jinn CBR1.